Welcome back to the Paranormal State, Washington, and UFO UAP. With Makāula Nakae, a lifelong experiencer and ET contactee since 1990. Today's episode, 1973 to 1974, Antarel and Ganymede. Antarel, the extraterrestrial guide in South American contactee lore. In Latin American ufology and contactee networks, pioneered and expanded by figures such as Peru's Sixto Paz Wells and researcher-author Ricardo González Corpancho, Antarel stands as one of the most prominent, frequently cited extraterrestrial personalities in modern contact history. Rather than fitting the cold clinical archetype of a gray biological entity, Antarel is described within this tradition as a wise, highly evolved cosmic guide and commander. In the foundational philosophy of groups like Mission Rama, extraterrestrial beings are not viewed as alien invaders or distant gods, but as hermanos mayores, older brothers, belonging to an interplanetary confederation or cooperative network. Antarel is frequently characterized as a commanding figure within this network, tasked with monitoring Earth's evolutionary progress, offering philosophical and ecological warnings, and assisting humanity through a critical threshold of spiritual awakening and planetary transition. Encounters with Antarel, as documented extensively in the testimonies of Ricardo González and other South American contactees, defy conventional nuts and bolts ufology by incorporating deep psychological, telepathic, and multidimensional layers. Witnesses describe encounters that transcend ordinary communication, involving direct telepathic dialogue, profound emotional resonance, and shared visions regarding Earth's future trajectory. Many of these interactions are said to have occurred not inside landed craft on open ground, but through Xendras, localized dimensional doorways or spatial temporal bubbles, created by advanced consciousness and technological fields. Witnesses step inside these fields to experience altered states of reality, sometimes finding themselves inside structured, glowing craft or interacting with beings like Antarel in a seamless blend of physical space and higher dimensions. While contact narratives occasionally tie Antarel's origins to stellar systems like Alpha Centauri or specialized exploratory fleets, his interactions with Earth are deeply anchored to sacred high-altitude geography, such as the high peaks of the Andes, including regions near Chilca, Cusco, and Mount Shasta in North America. Within the collective mythology of South American contactees, Antarel serves as a key bridge between humanity and the outer system infrastructure, such as bases on planetary bodies like Ganymede, acting as a personal face for a vast, unseen cosmic community, quietly watching over Earth. Jupiter's largest moon, Ganymede, occupies a legendary, highly specialized position in South American contactee history and esoteric ufology. Popularized extensively from the 1970s onward by groups such as Mission Rama, founded by Sixto Paz Wells, and subsequently expanded by researchers like Ricardo González, the Ganymede narrative transformed outer space astronomy into an active theater of human spiritual evolution and cosmic diplomacy. According to foundational contactee testimonies, Ganymede is far more than a frozen, cratered moon orbiting Jupiter. In these accounts, Ganymede serves as a primary logistical outpost, monitoring station, and command center for a confederation of benevolent space civilizations operating within our solar system. Why Jupiter's moon? Contactees and alternative researchers often point to Ganymede's unique physical characteristics, such as its massive size, thick ice crust, and powerful intrinsic magnetic field, the only moon in the solar system known to possess one, as natural advantages that make it an ideal shielded location for deep space operations away from Earth's volatile geopolitical climate. A defining hallmark of the Ganymede lore within South American contactee circles, championed by figures like Sixto Paz Wells and the Mission Rama movement, is the profound, non-conventional nature of the travel reported by witnesses. Rather than adhering strictly to traditional nuts and bolts rocket propulsion or physical spaceflight, these accounts bridge mysticism, altered states, and advanced hyperdimensional physics. Contactees asserted that their journeys to Jupiter's largest moon did not require physical seating inside an aluminum hull hurtling through the vacuum of space. Instead, witnesses described experiencing a shift in frequency where consciousness, astral projection, and physical awareness merged. These interplanetary voyages were frequently initiated on Earth via Xendras, localized dimensional doorways, or spatial temporal bubbles, opened in sacred high-energy zones, such as the Chilca Desert or remote peaks of the Andes. By stepping across the threshold of Xendra, a witness could seemingly transcend physical distance instantaneously, arriving at distant planetary outposts while retaining full sensory and physical awareness. In South American contactee lore and esoteric ufology, particularly within movements like Mission Rama and the accounts of researchers like Sixto Paz Wells and Ricardo González, the Xendra stands as one of the most fascinating concepts, bridging physical reality, consciousness, and spatial mechanics. Rather than relying on mechanical spacecraft or physical propulsion to bridge interstellar distances, contactees describe Xendras as localized hyperdimensional portals or spatial temporal bubbles. A Xendra is described as a localized energetic field, often appearing as a shimmering, luminous mist, a geometric bubble, or an altered space that temporarily bends local spacetime. When a Xendra is opened, frequently facilitated by advanced extraterrestrial technology, responding to focused human consciousness, meditation, or high vibrational frequencies, the boundaries between physical locations dissolve. Witnesses report that stepping physically across the threshold of a Xendra allows them to leave standard earthly reality behind instantly. Inside the bubble, travelers might find themselves inside a structured, glowing craft, transported to subterranean installations, or even projected across the solar system to outposts on bodies like Ganymede, all while retaining full physical and sensory awareness. Xendras do not typically manifest randomly in urban parking lots or industrial zones. Their appearance is deeply tied to sacred, high-energy geographies across South America. Located just south of Lima, the hyper-arid expanse of Chilca has long been a legendary epicenter for South American ufology. Its unique mineral composition, desert isolation, and ancient mystical reputation make it a primary theater, where contact groups historically gathered for nocturnal vigils to invoke and witness Xendra openings. Remote, pristine heights across the Andes, such as the sacred mountains around Cusco, Mount Shasta, in the broader Pan-American Contact Network, and mystical ridges like La Peña de Jahuaca, serve as natural electromagnetic nodes. In contactee philosophy, these ancient earth chakras act as planetary acupuncture points where the veil between dimensions is naturally thinnest, making them prime operational zones for opening Xendra portals. The mechanics of a Xendra challenge traditional nuts and bolts ufology by placing human intent, mental clarity, and emotional coherence at the center of the equation. According to contactee testimonies, the portal cannot be forced open through technical aggression or skepticism. It requires a harmonious alignment between human participants and their cosmic older brothers, hermanos mayores. Ultimately, the Xendra phenomenon redefines travel. It suggests that the vast distances of the cosmos cannot be conquered merely by moving faster through physical space, but by mastering the multidimensional fabric of consciousness and spacetime itself. Contactees who detailed being received at or shown the Ganymede facility described an environment starkly different from bleak, lifeless astronomical bodies. The installations were reportedly constructed deep beneath the moon's thick exterior ice crust in rocky mantle, shielding the facilities from cosmic radiation while utilizing the moon's natural magnetic field. Witnesses described vast, glowing chambers filled with crystalline technology, floating holographic displays, and comprehensive ecological archives, preserving genetic and historical data of Earth species. Functioning as a cosmic seed vault and historical library dedicated to monitoring humanity's planetary shifts, ecological choices, and evolutionary milestones. The Ganymede narrative within South American contactee traditions, particularly through the philosophical frameworks of Mission Rama and related esoteric movements, extends far beyond simple extraterrestrial visitation. Instead, it frames the cosmos as an interconnected evolutionary web where human destiny, deep space colonization, and cosmic guardianship converge. In channel communications and detailed contact accounts, the beings stationed on or operating from Ganymede are frequently described not as strange, detached alien species from distant galaxies, but as future iterations of humanity or advanced cosmic branches tied directly to our ancestral and spiritual lineage. These narratives posit that time is nonlinear in higher dimensions of consciousness. Consequently, these future humans or cosmic guardians are able to loop back across timelines and dimensional frequencies, to guide their primeval ancestors, modern humanity, away from self-destruction and toward our highest evolutionary potential. According to these contactee philosophies, Earth is currently navigating a perilous, turbulent bottleneck, a planetary transition from a fragmented, violent, localized civilization into a unified, peaceful cosmic society. Outposts on bodies like Ganymede serve as serene, protected logistical and spiritual staging grounds. From these deep space vantage points, cosmic older brothers, hermanos mayores, quietly monitor Earth's ecological shifts, nuclear threshold, and awakening collective consciousness. Rather than forcing premature intervention, which would violate universal laws of free will, these guardians operate behind the scenes using contactees, telepathic transmissions, and dimensional portals to awaken individuals and prepare humanity for the day when Earth's collective vibration is mature enough to handle open, peaceful cosmic contact. In the overarching framework of Andean and South American contactee traditions, championed by visionary movements like Mission Rama and researchers such as Sixto Paz Wells and Ricardo González Corpancho, and Ganymede represent two complementary pillars of a grand cosmic architecture. As a prominent hermano mayor, older brother, and commander within the interplanetary network, Antarel embodies the guiding intelligence, spiritual tutorship, and personal face of our cosmic neighbors. Through telepathic communion, profound encounters, and the navigation of dimensional portals Xendras, he serves as a bridge between human consciousness and higher universal truths. Operating in the background of human history, Ganymede functions as the vital logistical hub, sub-ice research station, and interplanetary staging ground. Shielded by Jupiter's powerful magnetic field, this deep space base preserves Earth's ecological and historical archives, while quietly monitoring our planet's evolutionary milestones. Together, these concepts dismantle the traditional cold boundaries of nuts and bolts ufology. They weave physical space exploration, futuristic human lineage, and multidimensional physics into a unified narrative. By linking remote outer solar system installations on Ganymede directly to sacred high-altitude portals in the Andes and the deserts of South America, these traditions frame human history not as an isolated accident, but as a carefully tended journey. They remind humanity that we are being gently guided through a turbulent global transition toward our rightful place in a vast interconnected cosmic community. To be continued. Watch and listen. Watch the cinematic video trailer. Listen to the full podcast now. Explore the archive Cosmic Awakening Volume 1, 1991, Peru, Journey into the Unknown. Sacred Valley of the Incas. Volume 2, Ascension 2012, The Golden Alchemy. Part 3, The First Contact and the Paranormal State. Join the journey. New episodes drop periodically. Each chapter delivers a tight, hyper-focused 10 to 30-minute exploration into the evolution of ufology, perfect for your daily plunge into decoding hidden messages from outer space, designed to raise awareness and foster human evolution. Subscribe to support your inner development. Thumbs up to help push our channel through the algorithm. Comment below. Share your thoughts on today's episode.